What's up, Learn-the-Landers? This is Garage Talk, where we're out here talking things hunting, and since turkey season is in full swing, today is Turkey Talk. Okay, the subject I'm going to talk about today is red dot sight versus no red dot sight. Obviously, if you're new to the game, a red dot sight is a sight that goes on your gun that puts a red dot, and it's very easy because when you're moving up and down, as you can see right here, I did a little bit of field work. No matter where you go, as long as that red dot is on the bird, you're gonna be good. And that's another thing I wanna touch on real quick. On the bird, they always say shoot the head. It's actually right here is where you wanna hit that neck vertebrae. That's what's gonna kill them. I mean, obviously the brain and stuff is great, but you want that red dot right here, and then that spray should. And I know a lot of people would say, now you're gonna get the babies in the meat. Totally get what you're saying. That's just where I like to shoot. If you like to do it a different way, do it your way. But that's what I like. Now, I'm gonna go ahead. I've got a shotgun of each varieties. The first one being Mossberg with the red dot. This is my cover. As you see, it's pretty easy. Here's what you do. You push this button, that's gonna turn it on. Front's gonna make it brighter, back's gonna make it darker. You look right through that bad boy. Up there, boom. You follow that, turkey's going wherever that dot is. You put it right on there. It makes hunting turkey so much more simpler because they're running around all the time. If you're shooting on the move, you can move that red dot and you don't have to worry about your, up and down. So, super smooth. That's the red dot. If you're new to the game, turn it on. You obviously have to sight in whenever you get this baby screwed in, but this no longer is a factor really. It is a guiding thing for sighting in, but that red dot will be a little bit above. Again, check that video. So, if you got a big tom coming in and you don't have a red dot, like this big tom right here, look at him, 7 yards. That was a 12-15 in a noon state. Hopefully I get him this week. But, red dot gun, a lot of people like to just keep it traditional. So, my other shotgun, no camo, Mossberg 500, traditional wood. Hope the turkeys don't catch that color, but all I have, as you see on the end there, is just my single pin. So the benefits of this for me is you don't have to look through that tiny sight. I know that that's, obviously on a technical standpoint, way better. But this guy, I feel, with the free eye, I can really move this guy around. I can see my field of vision where I'm not cut off. With that sight, you have to just look through there in that red, so things look a little closer, they look a little further, depending on what kind of sight you got. So this allows you. See how I'm looking right over that gun? Whoop, hit my gun. But when I'm looking right over this gun, see that? There's that single pin. And that pin allows me to kind of feel my field of vision. But the big problem here is elevation. If you have your head sat up, see how I'm up on it? And I put that pin on it, I'm gonna shoot low. Same thing if I'm down here. See how my gun's way too high? I mean, with practice, you won't do that, but whenever you're using that single pin, if that pin isn't on, you're gonna shoot high, you're gonna shoot low, depending on where you have it rested. That's why you really wanna make sure that gun's butt is tucked right where you want it, and you are completely level. See how my eyes level? I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but I am completely level. So where that pin is, that's where I'm gonna shoot. So, let me know what you think. Are you a red dot hunter? See, it's all futuristic, camoed out, got the sight on there. Or are you a traditionalist? You like to just use that little single pin on the end. But anyway, they both have their benefits. I've hunted both ways. Obviously the red dot makes things a little more sleek. You can get the job done. But the single pin over here also is fun. There's a little bit of room for error, which makes it even that much harder, and you gotta dial it in as a hunter. But either way, get out there. Let me know what you're doing. And again, I know. Whether you're using that red dot, whether you're using that pin, I like to put it right there, right on that neck. Smash that vertebrae. It's gonna put him down. Obviously, hopefully a couple get up here and it's a clean kill. But either way, get out there after it. Let me know what gun you're using. Let me know where your shot placement is if it's different from mine. Like I said, each hunter, the beautiful thing about us is we all have our own things that we do. That's what makes this fun. We can share it with everybody, share all the tricks and trades, and grow. All right, I'll see you on the next Garage Talk.